Today, Year 2, we're going to be making this colour mixing chart where we mix two primary colours together to make the secondary colour. And this will help us with the further colour mixing that we're going to do next week. Okay, so let's get started. Now, the first thing you need to do is you need a cup or a pot to draw around. So I'm going to draw around this plastic cup, and what you have to do is draw around the cup 3 times down one side, 3 times down the middle, and 3 times at the end. And I will give you time to do that now, okay? All of those circles need to be in line with each other, and there should be a gap in between them. Then I'm going to paint my primary colours down one side. So I'm going to take my red and I'm going to paint my primary colour red in this section. I'm going to start by going around the edge and then fill in the inside. Make sure your colour is nice and bright. Okay. Then I'm going to move on. So I'm going to wash my brush on the bottom, stroke it on the side, use my tissue to dry my brush, and then I'm going to move on to the yellow. Again, painting around the edge, nice and carefully, and then in the middle, okay? And last of all, wash my brush, stroke it on the side, clean with my tissue, check. And then last of all, I'm going to paint the final circle blue. Okay. The next step, Year 2, is to paint yellow opposite the red, blue opposite the yellow, and the final red opposite the blue on the other side, so opposite on the other side of the page, okay, because we're going to make some colour sums. Now, the next stage now is to use this circle here to mix the two colours together. So we will find out when you mix two primary colours together what secondary colour that makes. So Year 2, I'm going to bring my other palette along. You don't need to use another palette, you can use a plate or whatever you have at home. You also need a piece of test paper so that you can try out your colours. Okay, so first of all I'm going to mix red and yellow together. So I'm going to load up my brush with red and put it into the middle section. Then I need to clean my brush, stroke it on the side, wipe with the tissue, and I'm going to add my yellow. And this will make our first primary colour. Let's have a look. I mix the two colours really well together. Let's see if I've made my first primary colour. Yeah, I've made orange, but I want my orange colour to be a bit lighter. So I'm going to wash my brush and add just a little more yellow. And let's see if that makes it a lighter orange colour. Yes, that's more the colour I want. So I'm going to paint into the middle section, and this is my first primary colour. If I mix red and yellow together, it creates orange. Make it nice and thick in that section. Okay, let's move on to the next section. So remember to wash your brush thoroughly and use the tissue and check it's clean. So now I'm going to mix yellow and blue together to make my next secondary colour. So plenty of yellow in the middle. I'm going to wash my brush, stroke, wipe, And I should, when I mix blue and yellow together, I hope you can remember year 2, this should make my green, yes. So here I go, paint in that green colour in the middle. There we are. Okay, last of all, you clean your brush, clean with the tissue, check there's no paint left, and we're going to mix blue and red together. And what colour will this make year 2? It will make purple. And I'm going to add that to my primary and secondary colours. So you will have a map of all the primary colours. When you mix the 2 primary colours together, you make a secondary colour, and the secondary colour in the middle. Okay, we'll stop there for a minute for you to complete that, and then we need to add something more to our work. We're going to use this piece of work, year 2, next week when we start doing some other colour mixing. And so it will be helpful for us if we label our work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a P in all the primary colours, just to remind me that those are the primary colours. P for primary. I'm going to put P for primary all the way down, and then I'm just going to put a line in between, and this shows my colour sum. So I know that if I mix red and yellow it makes orange, so I'm going to put an S in the middle for secondary all the way down. Okay, now I didn't wait for mine to dry. You need to wait for yours to dry so that your pen shows up really clearly. Okay, so P for primary, S for secondary. And next week this colour map will help you when we're doing some free colour mixing. Good luck, year 2. Bye for now.